I always hate like the camera for the live stream is always so weird. I have to scooch back. Hi everybody. I'm gonna pull you guys up on my laptop so I can see comments and stuff. I know this is totally random. I don't even remember the last time that I went live. Is it gonna focus on me? It's very weird. But hello, hi everybody. I'm pulling you up right now so I can see if anybody comments. God, this is just so weird, right? Okay. Oh, yay, comments are coming in. Hi, Shed Gang. Hi, it's travel time. Destinyland Adventures. Travel Life Mama, which her name is Chantel, which I really appreciate. Shanna, oh my gosh, I feel like I haven't talked to you in a while. Hi, Gracie. Hi, Julie. I'm doing well. How are you? Hi, Lori. It's going to be weird because my laptop is down here. So if I'm looking down, it's because I'm reading comments. And it's so blurry. I'm so sorry. I don't have a lot of service where I'm at, but I have enough to do this, hopefully. Good morning, everybody. Hi, Darlene from Alabama and Scott from the Oregon coast. Hi, everybody. I know this is so random. I didn't have a video for today, so I was like, I'll just go live and like talk to everybody. If you guys have any questions, I'll answer anything right now. I've gone to places where you posted when I was nearby, and I tried to find you at the RTR. Is it Avon? Avon, I'm so sorry that I missed you at the RTR. I'll probably be around that area this year for sure. Hopefully I can see you there. Hi, Carol. Mobang. I remember that you've been around for a while. I really appreciate it. All of you guys who have been around, I just love you guys. Thank you so much. Where's Mr. Joey? Say hi to everyone, Joe. He's more interested in what's going on outside right now. So good to see you live. I never miss an episode. Thank you so much. Everyone remember to hit the like. Thank you. You guys are so sweet. I still feel like I need to move back more because it's so close. Can you guys hear me okay? I don't have any of my sound on, so I don't know if I'm sounding all right. Don't mind me while I scooch back. There we go. I feel like that's better, right? Because it was so like, I don't know, this weird thing. How old is Joey? Joey is, he's 11. Beth asked what happened to the van that we're working on. Yeah, so that's something I kind of wanted to talk about a little bit. I did mention what was going on with it before, but, you know, I didn't really like make a full announcement, but we are selling that van. That van that I was working on last year, we are selling it. So I will not have that van any longer. Have you ever been in danger while sleeping? Please discuss. This is from Pink Peonies. I have not been in danger while sleeping. There was a couple times. Don't mind the flies, guys. There's a lot of flies here. There was like a time where I was parked in like up in like Forest Service roads, and there was tons of spots like all around, but these people decided to come and park like right next to me, and it was like in the middle of the night, and so I was like freaking out and like peeking out my window trying to see, and I could like hear them stomping around outside, and I got a little freaked out. And in the morning it was just like two young girls. They had to be like 19, 20 years old. They were super young, and they probably just saw somebody and were like, oh, cool, people, and parked next to me. But that was the only time, like, overnight where I've been, like, weirded out. I haven't had any, like, too much of scary situations happen. Can you say what state I'm in? I'm in Idaho. What are you using to hang your clothes? So I have like a little closet thing back here made with PVC pipes. There's a video on it somewhere. What are you selling it for? I'm looking to upgrade the minivan. Oh, Chantal, I'm not. Oh, no. I would never sell this to somebody I know. If you're going to buy a van, you're going to want to buy something that's going to run. Tip number one, make sure it runs right. What are your inside bathroom tips? So if you guys are aware, I do have a compostable toilet inside of my van now. And I love it. It has opened up my doors for where I can go and how long I can stay places a lot. The only tip that I have really is just to keep up with cleaning it. That's really like all I can say with that. I mean, there's really nothing you can do. I mean, it's a toilet inside of a van, so. Sarah, I know, isn't it? It just like freaks you out for no reason. And like they were just two young girls just chilling. I'm happy you're here, Sarah, by the way. I miss you. Do you ever get tired of driving and or lonely? From Pink Peonies. I definitely don't like driving very much. I picked the wrong profession maybe, but it's not a big deal. It's always funny because I'll get like super anxious on days that I have to drive and like go far distances. And when I say far distances, I mean like 2 hours or less because I don't like driving further than that. But I don't know, I get really anxious. And then once I start driving, I'm like, I love it. So it's just really like a mental thing. Also, I don't really get lonely too often. Sometimes, I mean, loneliness is a part of being human. But I spent a lot of my life since I'm an only child alone, so I feel like I was like equipped for it as a child. I don't know if that makes sense. Pink Peony says, buy a small RV, and I would love to. I would love to buy anything, but I can't afford it right now. How much did I lose on that lemon van? I don't want to talk about it. A lot. Man, it's been over a year now since I've left Illinois when I was working on the van. So it's crazy that it's been that long, but I'm still recovering. Julie, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. Also, I'm so sorry that this is like not focusing. It just like won't stay still. I don't understand that at all. Are you glad you upgraded to the compostable? Did you hate the bucket style? That was Carol about my bathroom. So before I got this compostable toilet, I actually had like a foldable loo that I would set up outside that I had like a privacy tent that I would have to set up, and it wasn't very much fun if there was wind at all. But I mean, it worked for the first 2 years. So, I mean, you do what you got to do. Do you miss your front passenger seat? So that is where I put my toilet, was in the passenger seat, and I took the seat out and built kind of a box around it. I don't miss my front seat just because I never have passengers. And so the only person who's sitting up there is Joey, and I have his little seat on top of the box, and it works out just fine. I did have somebody ride in. I think it was Sarah, actually. Sarah rode in the back of my minivan while I was driving. But other than that, I don't have passengers in my van at all. So it's not an issue. I would love to get a used ambulance to convert someday. I think ambulance conversions are so cool. Chantal, I think so too. I do. I'm really big on like energy, and I just feel like something that has had a lot of trauma inside of it would not be fun for me to live in personally, but that's just me. I would like be too in my head about it. Somebody asked me what color I use for my hair. I saw that in the comments and I missed it, but I use chocolate cherry from Lime Crime, and oh my gosh, it's an Arctic fox color, like a one of the dark reds. I can't remember what it's called, but I mix them together. Stumpy asked, would you consider doing a budget video, like how much you spend in a week traveling? Yeah, I think it would be a lot easier if I maybe did it in like a month-long one, just because during the week it varies. And especially if I don't go anywhere, like this entire week I've been in the same spot, and so I haven't gone anywhere, so I haven't spent any money. And so I think it would be an unrealistic view of like how much I actually spend. And I never travel more than like an hour or two from where I'm at, and so my gas prices are actually really low. And I did a video like that, oh gosh, like 2.5 years ago now. It was like after I had first started and got on the road and was like actually traveling, because I did camp hosting for the first like 6 months or so before I actually went onto the road. But I did do a video a long time ago, and not much has changed since then, like about how much I spend. But yeah, maybe I'll redo that as an updated, like how much I spend. But it's funny because a lot of people think that I spend a lot of money, or like it costs a lot to live this way, but really I spend less than I did in an apartment. Even for gas, because I'm only driving once a week, I really don't even spend as much gas as I did when I had to drive to work every single day. And then on the weekends, you would like drive to go do things. And so I was spending more in gas actually when I lived somewhere, which is funny to me to think about. And I know people who live on the road and they travel far distances. Like, yeah, you can make your gas very expensive, especially right now. Am I right? It's like crazy prices for everything. How do you stay cool in the summer? So, summer is hard. I would rather, personally, I would rather be too cold than too hot. Um, so when it gets really hot, I feel like it's a lot harder than when it's really cold outside. Um, but basically, just stay in the shade. I try to stay by water. Have the fans. I don't know if you guys can see this. I have a fan that I just keep on all the time. I'm more worried about Joey in the heat than me in the heat, but I do. Um, sorry, I lost my train of thought. I have to do all of my grocery shopping and all of my errands early in the morning. Um, but it's not too bad. I'm originally from Illinois too, from Peoria. That's so funny. I lived like maybe like an hour and a half from Peoria my entire life. Um, Thank you guys so much for all these comments. I'm trying to keep up with them and read them all. It's like hard to. We're going. We're going. Will you ever come to Canada? Oh my gosh, I would love to go to Canada. I do not have a passport as of yet. I'm working on it. I got the paperwork to fill out, but I never turned it in. I know I have to like go somewhere and get like a picture taken and whatnot, but eventually I would love to. Do you think you'll ever camp host again? That was from Figgy. Figgy, that's cute. I don't know. I've thought about it, whereas if I was to go back to like needing to have a regular job, I would probably do it. I would probably go back to camp hosting or bartending just because you can make a lot of money. Um, but I don't know, maybe. I kind of am just like floating with the YouTube thing right now. Do you feel safe boondocking by yourself? Yes. Most of the time I feel perfectly safe wherever I am. If I ever feel uncomfortable, I just leave. Where do you dye your hair? I dye my hair in my van. In fact, I think it was the last video or the video before that where I was dyeing my hair in my van. Your parents must worry about a lot. Yeah, they were. My mom definitely worries about me a lot. She's very sweet, always checking in on me. I'm very lucky to have somebody like my mom to care. So, but yeah, they do worry. How do you pick your next spot, please? So from where I'm at, I usually go onto the map and I look within like an hour radius, and then I go onto iOverlander and I look for a spot within that section. How long do you think you will continue van life? I get asked this a lot, and honestly, at this point, I have no idea, but I love it so much that I don't want to stop. Um, I have considered like, oh, maybe I should go and like try to buy land right now. And it's like, why would I do that when I don't want to be like settled in one spot yet? And I think because I don't know where I want to buy land, but eventually that is the goal, right? Is to have some dirt somewhere. But I don't know where I want to have it. And so right now I'm kind of just like making my rounds and finding out where I think would be best for me to kind of set up like a really good home base. Eventually, I would love to. Um, if you go to Canada, let me know. Okay. Are you going to the RTR this year? So I'll probably be in the quartzite area during the RTR times, but I might not actually go to the lectures and stuff. I might not go to the baseball field, but I'll probably be in the area, so maybe we can like meet up and hang out when I'm there. But I'm probably not going to go to the actual RTR. Other than Walmart, what are some good places I could sleep if I work a regular 9 to 5? Shay, I don't know. I don't know where you live. And it just depends. Like you can look on iOverlander and it'll show you different spots in the area. I'd like to choose places next to like apartment complexes that have public parking on the outside of it, because really like they can't really say anything to you at that point. But you know, things like that. You can also do like Crackle Barrel, Camping World. I know that some Home Depots are really lenient. It just really depends on the area you're in, because some places like don't even let you sleep at the Walmarts. So it just all depends on where you're at. Hi, Maddie. I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been? Hey, Steven. Gen X Van Life. Are you going to Schooly Palooza this year? Carol, I don't know. I think I'm going to. Yeah. I mean, why not? I think I'm going to go. Best channel around. Thank you, Spencer. Hello, lady. It's great to see you. Thank you, Caroline. Are you going to the Rolling Vegan Rendezvous? Jenny, what is that? That sounds amazing. Hi, Helene. Is that Keeman? Or is it Keem? Keem and. I'm sorry, I don't know what your name is, but hello. Yeah, so I'm still in Idaho. I think I'm going to be leaving Idaho actually very soon. I have to go pick up a package in Salt Lake City. So I've just been kind of hanging out here. Kim. Oh, okay, cool. Hello, lady. Hi, ML. Caroline asks, how is the weather? The weather is beautiful. It is actually supposed to get cold here the next week. But for the last week that I've been here, it's been in the 70s during the day. And then overnight, it's like 35, 40. So it's been really nice. You're close to me. I'm in Spokane, Washington. That's not that close, but I love Washington, though. I didn't get up there this year. It was on my plans when I was going through Oregon. I was going to go up and do some of Washington again because I love it. It's one of my favorite states, but I feel like the summer, like it was there and then it was gone. And now we're in fall, and a month into fall. It's like we didn't even just start fall. We're in a month into it already. I have no idea what happened. She said it's only a state away. Yeah. um Have you had a chance to enjoy the hot springs in Idaho? No, I did drive by a couple and see them, but I didn't actually go in them. Do you keep a travel journal to put your stickers in? No, I put my stickers on my Thule. I do have like journals, like I have what is it called? Like a planner journal, and then also just like a writing journal, but I don't put stickers in it. How's the little adorable Joey doing? Joey, they want to see you. Say hi to everybody, Joe. You're like Simba, you. Simba. He's doing good. He's like a boy. January on Plamosa Road. Jenny, is that the vegan rendezvous? Okay. In January. Message me on Instagram or something so I know the dates and whatnot because I would love to go to that. Would love to see you travel on the east side of the states. I know. It has been over 3 years that I've been on the road, and I haven't really gone west of the or east of the Mississippi much, except to see my mom in Illinois. Other than that, I've been west of the Mississippi the entire time. Does his teeth missing bother him? I don't think so. I think he actually feels better now that he has the ones that were bothering him removed. He seems to be doing really good right now. His allergies are bothering him a lot here. So he's been itchy. Poor guy. Hi from Lorelai and Rory in California. Lorelai and Rory? Are you guys like the Gilmore Girls? Oh my god, that's so cute. That is so freaking cute. I love that show, by the way. Doesn't West Coast have so many pros to van life? Spencer asked. Yes. So on the east of, if you look on Overlander on the map and you look east of the Mississippi, the amount of places you can park dramatically drops. So yeah, I stay on the west side because there's a lot more BLM, Forest Service roads. And also I feel like if I drive all the way over there, it's like so far from where like I want to be, if that makes sense. I do really have I want to go to Maine and like the northeast part, Vermont, Connecticut area. Probably maybe next fall. I said that the last 2 years though, so Hey, sweetheart, you seem more jovial lately. So good to hear you giggling. Longtime subscriber, and I'm enjoying your journey. Thank you for sharing your life with me. Love you, girl. Be safe. Thank you, Kay Shepherd. That was very sweet. Really appreciate that. An artist life. Hi, Joey. Will you ever come visit me in San Diego? Trish, maybe. I haven't, every single time that I've gone over to California, I haven't gone south enough to go to San Diego. And so I haven't been to like the very south part of the coast yet, but maybe next year. Like springtime. The Smoky Mountains are beautiful. Yes, they are. Are you Tennessee? So I lived in Illinois my entire life. So I've been to Tennessee, Kentucky, and like a lot of those like corn states that are right there. Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, Wisconsin, Minnesota. Like I've been to all those states. But I do love Tennessee. Was one of those states that is so unexpectedly beautiful. So yeah, I would love to go back. I mean, there's a lot of places that I would love to visit in the East, but it's just the convenience of the West keeps me here. But I mean, gas is cheaper over there, so I'm on the East Coast. Getting across Texas takes forever. Yeah. I drove through Texas once. It was okay. How do you keep Joey from picking things up in his fur in the desert? It's funny because you can't really stop it. He's just actually gotten, the first year was really bad. He had so many things just stuck all over him all the time. The last 2 years that we went, he's gotten a lot better. And I think it's just because he knows now, like he wasn't used to the desert terrain. And now that he knows how to like step over things. I don't know if that's makes sense, but he does better now. I had to pull a lot of less things out of him last year. How long is your hair now? I don't know. Ow! It's a little bit past my boobs. It's getting long. It needs a haircut really bad. Hey, I've been following you for almost 3 years. That's so crazy. Thank you so much. You guys are wonderful. Do you still have the other van that you're working on? I figured I would get asked this a lot. And maybe I should have waited to answer it, but no, I'm not going to be keeping that van. We're going to be selling it. I'm not going to sell it to anybody because it's a piece of crap. I mean, anybody I know. You know what I mean? I'm going to put like mechanic special on it or something. Have you heard of Incredible Tiny Homes in Newport, Tennessee? No, I have not. Bethany said, I wish there was more places for van lifers to stay. Bethany, there is a lot of places. Oh, here in Tennessee. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not too sure about Tennessee as far as van life goes. I know that Sarah and Aaron went through Tennessee and they loved it there. I'm not sure like where they stayed or if they stayed many places, but I do remember them saying that they loved it. Sayonara. Bye, Spencer. Oh, you're saying bye to my van? Love that you're going to be honest on the other van. Try Hawa. Yeah, thank you. So the thing that I have, like, because I know that Hawa does like the giveaways for vans and stuff. And I looked into it like a couple of years ago. They had like a van giveaway, and it was like for a van that was like a 2001. It had like 170,000 miles on it or something. And it was just like old, the black tank didn't work and there was like things wrong with it. And the thing is, they don't just like give those vans away. You have to pay them. I think it was like $300 a month, and you have to like dedicate at least 3 years to doing that. And so you give them $300 a month for 3 years, and you can use that, I guess, for like repairs or something. If you don't use it for repairs, they would give it back to you at the end of 3 years. I think it's their way of like making sure that you don't just get the van and sell it. But if I was going to have a van payment, I would want it to be for a new van. Like, I wouldn't want it to be for like a 20-year-old van that has black tank problems. You know what I mean? I think it's very sweet what they're doing. I really do. But just for me personally, like if I was going to have a van payment, I would want it to be a newer van that has everything in it working. Good morning from Alaska. Hi. Alaska's cool. That's somewhere that's like on my bucket list that I want to go. We're going to do, once I get my, oh my God, my passport, I want to go through Canada to Alaska. When in Arizona do you ever visit Russ from RV or TV? Bob, I don't know who that is, but I'm sorry. Don't know who that is. Good to see you live. Thank you. And Debbie said, forgot you were going live. Hello. Hi, Debbie. Thank you guys for being here. Seriously. I was thinking about Bob buy it and fix for someone. Oh, I don't know what you're talking. Bruh, I'm not even getting noticed. I'm sorry if I've missed your messages. I'm sorry. I'm trying really hard. I am, guys. Trent and Allie should let you sponsor their vans. They're fellow YouTubers that might work a deal. You never know. Aw, man. Hi from Bakersfield, California. Hello. Hello from Monterey, California. Hey, Tim. You know, it's funny. I loved Monterey. I ended up in, I think it's Pacific Grove. Is that what the little town that's next to it? I ended up there a long time. Christine, thank you so much for the super chat. Sending good vibes your way. Give Joey extra kisses. I'll do that right now. Joey! Say hi to everybody. Hey, bud. Oh my gosh, so many people in Vegas right now. Hi, everybody in Vegas. I want more what you eat in a day week if you're taking suggestions. Okay. Yeah. I feel like that's a lot of like my videos, just like drinking coffee, showing you where I'm at and what I eat. So yeah, if you guys want, you can definitely let me know what you want to see. I'll try to get everything in there. Triple if you count Henderson. I count Henderson. It's like really close, so I count that. My back's just cracked. I'm so bummed I missed the live. You didn't miss the live. You're here now. Dearest Dawn. It's a cute name. Tim said, it's very nice to see you live. How often are you going to be on live? So it's funny because this is the third time I've ever gone live on my channel. I have gone live a couple more times just for my Patreon people, but other than that, I don't go live very often. Debbie said Bob Wells does a lot of interviews of van lifers and can increase your channel a lot sometimes. He's huge in van lifers. So Debbie, I've actually been asked by their team to do a van tour. And at the time, because it was kind of like I was newer into my van and I hadn't even done my own tour yet. And so I said no. And maybe I should have, but they wanted me to drive. It was like 7 hours or something. And I didn't I didn't want to do that. I think you do good pros and cons. Okay, I can do more pros versus cons videos. Would you consider doing a monthly live, like a Friday or Saturday night hangout? Maybe. That's a cute idea. You can like have a Friday night hangout. How did you like Lake Isabella? That was from Chivas. I liked it there a lot, actually. It was very windy, and so it's very good. It was very big for like kite surfers. There was a lot of kite surfers there. I love all your coffee adventures. Thank you. What music and artists do you listen to? That's a loaded question. I listen to a lot of music, but mostly like, I don't know. My favorite bands right now is probably Fruition is one of my favorite bands of all time right now. Super chats come in during lives. Yes, they do, Kay. And everybody who has super chatted me is so sweet. Thank you so much. By the way, if I'm going like this, it's because there's a fly. I love those panorama shots. Do you use a tripod for those? I do not use a tripod most of the time. Like right now I'm on a tripod just because I'm not moving, but if I'm like moving around, I don't use a tripod. I did have a gimbal. Oh my God, what is that brand? DJI. I had a gimbal. I loved it. But for some reason, DJI removed the app from Android that makes it work. And so I can't use it anymore. I don't understand it. I like tried to reach out to them like, okay, so I bought this gimbal and like, if I don't have an Apple, like how am I supposed to use it now? If you could buy a new solar generator today, what would you get? I have no idea. If I was going to replace my Jackery, you mean, I would probably go with Blue Eddy. Why don't you do more sponsored videos? You're so relatable and we wouldn't mind. Thank you, KK. But to be honest, like I don't, I get offered a lot of sponsorships. So I actually have a package coming into Salt Lake City for a sponsored product. But the thing is the sponsorships, like it's not, okay, let's backtrack. It's not a sponsorship, it's a brand deal. And so I don't get paid to make the video, right? All I get is the free product and then they get my promotion. So, I mean, it's okay because I get a free product out of it. If I was going to do a sponsorship, I would want to do something that I actually like really enjoy. I don't want to just sell you guys stuff that I don't actually wouldn't use myself. So something that I was working with was Thought Cloud. I know you guys have asked me a lot of questions about Thought Cloud. I've also removed the links from my description boxes, but they went out of business and they just stopped paying their people for a few months and everybody was like, what's going on? What is happening? And then they just deleted their website. And like, okay. And so I don't know. I don't have another brand that I'm working with right now because I was working with Jackery and I decided that I don't want to work with them either. And so now I'm just kind of in the market for a new brand to work with that I actually really enjoy because I'm not just going to work with anybody and sell you guys just anything. a coffee sponsor would be perfect. It would. So I did do a brand deal with a coffee sponsorship, but you don't make much money off of it. It's like pennies. Hey, from South Africa. Hey, Lydia. Thought you were waving hello to you. Yeah, I know. It's just the flies. Like, they're everywhere. What have you replaced Thought Cloud with? I haven't replaced it, Julie. Honestly, I still have so much product from Thought Cloud that I won't need to replace my CBD anytime soon, honestly, but I might try to find another CBD company to work with. I loved Thought Cloud. Honestly, they had like the best quality CBD oils that I've found. I'm very sad that they just like up and disappeared with no word whatsoever. He didn't say anything to us. And all of us were like, what is going on? Like, where did you go? I've got to go. The football games are coming on. Thank you, Chantel. It was good seeing you and chatting. Hi, Chantel. What a nice surprise. Love your channel from the Navajo Nation in Gallup, New Mexico. Wow, you're so far. I really liked Thought Cloud. No way. Me too, Debbie. I know. I was really sad about it. Keem, thank you so much for the super chat. Can I like that? Oh, it didn't. Let me like it. Let me go back. I want to like the other ones. Like, obviously, I don't use the live feature very often because I have no idea what I'm doing. Just kind of figuring it out as we go. Every time you make coffee, I think you should get an AeroPress. I actually really enjoy my pour over. I've had a lot of people tell me I should get one of those or a French press. Honestly, I just really like it's so easy. The AeroPress is harder to clean out. This is just like you take the filter out and you're done. Have you watched that YouTube channel called Peace, Love, and Om? I just found, and it's so inspiring about alternative living stories in Europe, cave dwelling, tiny homes, and cool van builds. No, I haven't seen it. I actually, to be honest, you guys, I don't watch a lot of YouTube. I get asked all the time, like if I watch certain people or, oh, these people were here. Did you meet them? And I had no idea who they were. And I feel bad because it's like, maybe I should know all of these people who are on YouTube, but it's just, I don't really watch YouTube very often. Coffee is personal. Nobody likes it the same. Exactly. Yeah. I'm very particular on how I like my coffee. Very strong. So I do have the questions of, did I sell my other van? Yes. Will you compost again? Probably not. Maybe. And then the composting toilet, yes, I like it. And if it's difficult to empty, it's not. So you just take it as like a 5-gallon bucket, you take it out the back, and then you dump it into a bag. And so I just use regular trash bags, just dump it into a trash bag. And then I use like wipes on the inside to like clean it out. And it's not like I thought it was going to be really gross. And I know that we've had this conversation a lot on this channel, but I thought it was going to be a lot grosser to clean it out than it is. Because the wood chips like clump everything together. And so it's not like I thought it was going to be very messy, and it was not. Good day from Phoenix. Where's Joey? Joey's like, why do you keep picking me up like this? I'm sorry. They want to see you, bud. Hello from Eastern Utah. Hi, Jody. I'm going to be going through Utah very soon. I'm going to be doing Western Utah, so if you guys have any Western Utah recommendations, let me know. Okay, I'm sorry. Hey, Chantel and Joey. I'm so glad you're going to save money for a new van. I hope you get exactly what you really want. Thank you, Blue Pearl. Yeah, me too. I'm having a hard time saving anything right now, but eventually it'll happen, right? I just try to stay positive. I smashed the like button. Thank you, Jody. I really appreciate it. YouTube is my TV now. Yeah, I used to before I got into my van, I was obsessed with watching like van life videos. And then when I got the van, it turned into being obsessed with watching like van tour videos or like minivan tour videos just because I was currently building out my van. And then after I moved into my van, I kind of stopped watching YouTube as much. There are a couple people that I've kept up with a little bit. I really love Eamon and Beck. I've been following them since like 2014, 2015 ish. And I love them. So I'll probably always watch them. Chrome, I do watch some of his videos, but it's really hard to keep up when he makes so many. So I watch maybe like one in every 10 videos. Any ideas of what make a van, new or used? That's what Tracy asked. And yeah, I would love a brand spanking new Travato 59G. Manifest. I mean, it's only like $150,000. It's not a big deal at all. Are you still in Idaho? I used to live there in Salmon. It's beautiful. I am still in Idaho. I am not anywhere near Salmon though. Actually, Salmon was on my list to go up that way, and then I was going to come back down to where I'm at now. But they were calling for rain for like 4 days in a row, and so I completely skipped it, but I'm sad I did because that entire area is so gorgeous. Bye, Gemini 55. Hi, Chase. Yeah, Shiny Nickel. I can't keep up with daily vloggers either. I'm making things to sell at Schooly. What are you making? Good luck. Thanks, Tracy. Yeah. Yeah, just need to find like a cute little $150,000. No big deal at all. I built the O'Reilly Auto Parts in Salmon. Really? That's a really cool flex, actually. Like, yeah, I built that O'Reilly's. That's pretty cool. You can buy mine. I wish I never got it. Don't recommend anything we can't pay cash for. Trish, you got a Travato? That's like, it's my dream van. The 59G, though, not the 59K. I don't like that one as much. If I wasn't going to get the Travato, I'd want a Rebel, the 4x4. I just didn't want a Sprinter because the parts are insane. Like, I'd rather have a ProMaster or even like a Dodge. Is that a Ram? Yeah, ProMaster. What's the other one? A Ford Transit, I think, is the other tall one. I would either have one of those before I got a Sprinter. Bye, Julie. Thank you for coming and chatting. I don't know who Rusty is, but I hope that he loves his 2023 ProMaster at 24 miles per gallon. That's more than I get in my minivan. That's kind of sad. But yeah, I can't wait. Oh, Trish, thank you. It's very appreciated. But if I was going to spend that much on a van, I would want it to be exactly what I want. Hey, Paul. Glad you made it. Joey's right here. I think he's getting annoyed with me picking him up every like 15 minutes, but it's okay. Let's say hi to everybody. Meow. Jersey! Oh my god, I miss you so much, Jersey. She said, hey girl, I remember your first live. We were camping together and you were so nervous. I was so nervous. You've come so far. I'll manifest that perfect van for you. Be safe out there. I'm down in Texas at the moment. Oh my gosh. How's the weather there? I saw that it was hot. Is it still hot there, Jersey? Beth said that she has a 2007 Grand Caravan, same color as yours. That's really cool. Jersey? Jersey, you didn't ask for this. But I just made you a moderator just because I could. If you guys don't know, Jersey and I, we met at in Quartzsite 2020 at the faux RTR when they weren't actually having the RTR. And she's amazing. And she has a YouTube channel. And so everybody go click on her channel and follow Jersey and her nomads. Bueller, thank you so much for the super chat. I remember meeting you because you were on your electric bike and I was jealous. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tim. It was good chatting. Thank you for coming and saying hi. I had 3 Grand Caravans while raising my kids, so of course that's what I moved into. I love them. Me too. My van is like, I'm really, really proud of it. I met you at that same RTR camping with Bob. SUV6. I didn't camp with Bob, but were you camping with Bob? Because I didn't camp with him. I was, oh my gosh, it was so awkward. I feel like I've told this story before, but they had this thing like they were gonna like have a little meetup and it was COVID, right? And so everyone was super cautious about like being in groups. And so they had like a Bob meet and greet thing. And I was invited to go and I wasn't really like, because I think I'd watched like maybe 1 or 2 of Bob's videos, the one in specific of like how to get to the RTR, and that was like pretty much it. So I didn't, when I got up to him, I'm like, what do you even say to a man who has like a million videos out, and like anything that I could have probably needed to ask him, I probably could have looked up on his channel. And then they had like, as soon as I got to where they're having this little meetup thing, they like physically took me and like grabbed me by my shoulders and like moved me into line. It was just so awkward. But yeah, it was a lot of fun regardless. I met a lot of people, including Jersey and Trish, and we had a good time. It was a lot of fun. No, that's just what he called it. Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't know. I thought it was just called the faux RTR at the time. That was my first year in courtside ever. I'd never been there before, and so I had no idea what was going on. I just watched one of Bob's videos on how to get to the camping area. Did Jackery ever reach out to you? Paul, yes. I mean, in the very beginning, that's how I ended up getting this 1000, because they sent it to me for a review video. But I mean, I haven't talked to them since. I reached out to them the first time that my solar panels died, because I was like, hey, your solar panels died. And they were like switching over the like brand ambassador person. And so the new lady like took forever getting back to me. And he was like 2 months. And then by the time she had gotten back to me, it was past like my 12-month thing. And so I had to buy new ones anyways. It was silly. Ramona, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Jersey said, oh my God, it was more than awkward. Trish felt my anxiety and said, I'll be next to you. I'd only watched a few videos too. Yeah, it was so, like, the way they had it set up, I was going thinking it was going to be more of like we sat in a circle and chat and like hung out, kind of like our morning coffee situations. But no, they like had us come wait in line, and then it was kind of like, okay, see you later, and then like shoot off. It was so weird. Like, I get it though, it was COVID, right? And so of course, you know, a lot of the people that are at the RTR are older folks, like, you know, they're compromised. Can't be like hugging and hanging out during COVID. Hi Chantal, I enjoy following your adventures. Can't wait to see where you travel next. Thank you, Debbie. Really appreciate that. I'm looking for a minivan for exploring and travel. I thought I would need a big van, but watching you, I now feel like I can do it in a minivan, much cheaper and stealth. I agree. You know, it's funny because the first couple of years on the road, I did not stay in towns. I stayed at a Walmart twice before, like, recently. And I did not stay in towns. Like, I would do anything I could to avoid staying in a town. Even like driving out of town like 30 or 40 minutes to a rest area was more appealing to me than staying in a town until this last summer, or like it was springtime, I guess, May. It was around my birthday when I ended up in Morro Bay on the coast, and I did like a coastal trip all the way up. And now I love staying in towns. I like totally changed like how I viewed everything. And it's like stealth, I feel like it doesn't matter as much as I thought it was going to. Greetings. Trust your instincts, please, with meeting new people, going anywhere. Please look after your health. Thank you. Appreciate it. It was like going to see Santa, but we didn't have to sit on his lap. Trish. I have an ambulance build that gets 13 miles per gallon on a good day, flat road, wind in the back, but I love it anyways. Thank you so much, Christine. I've been part-time for 3 years and I'm ready to go full-time. I'm nervous. You always give me strength that I can do that. I've been watching you since day one. Love your adventures. Thank you so much, Beth. That's so sweet. Good luck with all of your adventures yourself. I'm going to purchase some land up in Sun Valley, Arizona. It will be my home base when I'm traveling in my minivan. I'll be getting about 2 acres for $1,200. That's super cool. I've looked into Arizona land for a while because you can get really cheap land there. You do have to watch out for like flood areas and where the washes are. But I definitely looked into it pretty heavily. The reason why I decided not to buy land in Arizona is because there's so much free land. Like if I wanted to buy a home base somewhere, I'm going to put it somewhere where there isn't like free land literally everywhere. Because I really thought about it because it's so cheap. Like I mean, there's up by Elmira, I think. It's kind of where the Whitewater place was with all the cranes. But they had, I think it was like 4 acres for like $3,500. I really, really genuinely considered it. Thank you so much for the super chat, Paul. You're so sweet. I like it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't buy land in the desert. I was so close to doing it, but I would die. Yes, I feel the same way. Just because, like, I would be going to Arizona for the winters, right? And if there's already free land everywhere, I don't see the point in buying land there. But also in the summers, like, I would have to leave anyways. It's too freaking hot. You leave about March. Sun Valley can get very windy. Yeah, the entire desert gets pretty windy. I found you early on in your travels. Your content is always wonderful. Today is my B-day. Happy birthday, Anne! That's so awesome. Libra love, fellow air sign. Right on the cusp, though. We're about to go into Scorpio season. From New Mexico. Hi, Lo. I recently bought a Eurovan camper, so this spring the adventure begins. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Paul. I really appreciate it. I'll definitely get a Starbucks. Lattes for life. Hello from Corbin, Kentucky. I've been watching for several years. I'm part-time min cargo camper Hannah. Thank you so much, Rita. How much does YouTube take off of super chats, and is there a better way to donate when you get more? You know, I'm not really sure. I heard that it's around 30%, but I'm actually like, I am not sure about it. It doesn't really like give you like a rundown of how much you received and how much you actually get out of it. It doesn't really tell you that. I've been watching you from the beginning, and you've come such a long way in your journey. So proud of your growth. Who in the world is this? Karen from Eastern Washington. Thank you so much, Karen. I really appreciate it. Heck yeah. Oh man, I can't believe it's been an hour already. That's so crazy. I just want to say thank you again for you guys who came and like chatted with me. Because I know like I was going to have a video up today, but the thing is if you guys have been around a lot, I like to keep my videos like 1 or 2 weeks behind. And I ended up staying in Idaho Falls much longer than I intended. And so my videos are very close. So I wanted to give myself a little breathing room. Also because I wanted to stay where I'm at for a couple more days. So that is why we're going live today. Audra. Oh my god, that's so funny. So she said she's been watching me since my early minimalist videos, and that's so funny because those videos are so cringy. Oh my god, I keep them up just because I think it's funny to like watch like the growth, I guess. But yeah, they're just so bad. But I love it that you've been around since then. I mean, that was like the very, very, very beginning. That was before I bought my minivan. I mean, my channel was going to be about minimalism and veganism and, you know, living off the basics. Idaho Falls is absolutely gorgeous. Yes, yes, it was. That's why I ended up staying so much longer. And they were very nice and lenient to van lifers. There was tons of different parks that you could park at along the river. It was just a really, really cute little spot. I think it's funny because I'm going through these, you know, these states. Like Idaho is a quiet state. I had somebody from Idaho say, "Shh, we like it like that." But yeah, it was everywhere I've been in Idaho has just blown my mind. Very, very happy with Idaho. Ew, a fly hit the mic. Yeah, there's a lot of flies around here, guys. I'm right by a lake, so it was kind of expected to have flies. This is the season of flies, fall time. Greetings from London. Hey, Gwen. That's so crazy. What time is it in London right now? Donna, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. Oh my gosh, you guys are going to make me start crying with these super chats. I'm telling you. I can't wait to watch the tour of your dream van. Would you donate your van to Bob's or auction it off? No. No. Don, I lost like $10,000 on that van. I'm not gonna just like give it away. And I would love to get a new van. I'm thinking it's probably gonna be a while before I can afford. But maybe one day. Did you ever go to the Goonies house in Astoria? I did not go to the Goonies house, but I do love Astoria. If you guys are ever in Astoria, on the pier they have like you have to drive onto it, and they have this coffee shop. It's called Coffee Girl, and it was so good. And it's right on the pier, and you can sit outside right on the ocean. It's very beautiful. I loved it there. 6:15 p.m. What time is it here? 11:20. It's crazy. It's like 7 hours. We're like 7 hours apart, Gwen. Hi from Colorado. Hi, Misty Dazzle. Pet Joey for me. Pet Joey. Hi, buddy. Dearest Dawn, I meant your 150K. What? Oh, are you talking about my minivan after I get a new van? Maybe. Maybe. I don't know if that's what you're asking me, but Anna Marie asked, does everybody still wave at you in Idaho? That's one of the things I loved when I lived there. Yeah, so I'm actually in a really small town right now. And I'm parked up on their like reservoir right now. And we have a lot of locals that will come. They come like every single day. And I've had so many of them stop, and they're so curious. Like, what are you doing here? How'd you find this place? And they'll ask me about like my travels, and they've been really sweet. Where'd that bag go? So yesterday, I had a gentleman come by, and he brought me a bag of apples from his apple tree. Yeah, Idahoans are very sweet. And it's such a small little town. They're probably like, who is this chick parking here? It's so small. There's less than 5,000 people in the town that's next to it. So it's super cute. Have you looked into wiring a new 12-volt cigarette port so you can charge? No. No, I have not. Chantal, I worried about that van and you. It just didn't seem safe for you, and I thought unrealistic of terms of work required. And I felt the same way after I got it. So nice on the apples. And people in Idaho are so nice. I know. It's so funny. I had this lady. Hold on, sorry. I had this woman come up to me, and we were chatting for like maybe 30 minutes. Her name was Karen. She's from California, and she was super sweet. Hold on a sec, guys. But yeah, she was just very curious about like what I was doing. It's like, how'd you end up here? Like, of all places, like in the middle of Idaho. And it's funny, you know, how you end up in places like that. I hope you get a good, reliable van. Give Joey a hug for me. Safe travels. Thank you, Heidi. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I really hope that I can get something that is mechanically sound. I would choose something mechanically sound over already built out any day. God, these freaking flies are insane. It's getting to that time of day where it's getting warm. All right. I'm so sorry I spelled your name wrong, Chantal. I've been watching for so long. I should know better. Lisa, it's okay. My name is not a commonly spelled name, so it's really okay. I've never been able to buy something that has your name on it. You know how like you go into like little knickknack stores and get pens and keychains and stuff with your name on it? Nope. Never in my life. Not once. Have you stopped in Leodore, Idaho? Great cafe there. I have not. I haven't heard of Leodore. Leodore. I'm not even sure where that's at, Anna. Oh gosh. Bye, Gen X Van Life. I don't know what your name is, but thank you so much for coming and chatting. Thank you, Rita. Silver Dollar Cafe, Leodore, Idaho. Okay, thank you. I'm actually going to be heading out of Idaho soon, but I'll have to keep it in mind for next time when I'm going through here. Do you know if they have a lot of vegan options? Think you'll ever go to Mexico? I would love to. I would love to go to Mexico. Again, it's with the I need my passport. I need to get on that. And I just like have been slacking. Sarah said she loves Leodore. Really? There's good camping there? I feel like there's so many places in Idaho that I need to go check out that I haven't been to. Time just goes by way too fast. I can't believe there's still 162 of you here. Thank you. Thank you so much. Like, it makes me feel so happy. And because I didn't like announce this at all, like, I honestly didn't expect anybody to be here. So I really appreciate it. Leodore, Idaho is 2 hours south of Salmon. Oh, okay. Yeah, we went up to because I was in Stanley and I took that highway all the way, and there's that road that goes like Salmon Chalice, and then instead of going up towards that direction, I went down. So Sarah, you got your passports? Dang. Man, I feel like I really need to get on mine now. Also, I got the paperwork and I like had it ready, and now I can't find it. So I'm gonna have to go back to somewhere and get a new one. Post office. Darlene said, your fridge came with a battery. Didn't it work? So the battery it came with, hold on, I'll grab it, is this little guy. Yeah. And if you can see here, here's the input thing to charge it with. And I think maybe I would be able to plug my Jackery solar panel into that. I think it's the same size port. However, this thing is only 220 watts. And so I could charge it, and it could take, hours to charge this instead of charging my Jackery. But then I wouldn't be able to charge my Jackery. And then I would only have this. And then this thing only lasts like a couple hours with the fridge. And so it is a good idea that it came with this little guy. And sometimes like I'll charge it up when I can, and then I'll use it to like charge my phone or something. But really it's unrealistic to use this tiny little thing for the fridge. But it was cute that it came with it. How did you get Joey? So, Joey was gifted to me by my neighbor when I lived in Illinois. They bred the dogs, and because Joey's teeth were kind of messed up, they said that he was not sellable and offered him to me for free. And that is how I got my little baby Joe. Have you ever considered mounting a solar panel to your roof? Hobo Hijinks, I like your name. I have thought about it. In fact, I was thinking of getting a flexible one and putting it over my Thule, or just like attaching it to the top of my Thule. But it's like after that's wired up there, like I would have to like drill into my roof in order to like have the wire come through here. Or I could like put it through my window, but then my window would never be able to close all the way. And it would have to be able to like open with the door, right? Or I could like close the wires into the door and just hope that it doesn't break ever. I don't know. I've thought about it. Everyone make a pledge to get passports by November 1st. That is very soon. That's only like 10 days away. Dave said, just have to say my wife and I every Sunday look forward to your latest video to see where you're at and what you are doing. We live just outside of Eugene and always hope to see you when you're around. That's so sweet. I love Eugene. I have been getting CBD from Thought Cloud. Are they for sure out of business? Or are you getting it somewhere else now? No, I'm not getting it somewhere else. And yes, they are out of business. If there is ever like, if there's a possibility for you to order something, I wouldn't. They've been getting complaints of like people ordering things and then not getting what they ordered. I don't know what's going on with him. That's why I just took all of the links down. I mean, he stopped paying us. I think it was like March or something was the last time that I got a paycheck from them. So Quad Girl, have you ever had a mouse in the van? No, I haven't had a mouse like inside of the van, but I've had mice underneath the van and like running around my engine and like running around my wheel wells. And you can like hear them at night, and I've had them like on my roof, like tick, 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 tick. Yeah. But no, I have never had a mouse in the van, but they did chew up. I have like these Luci, this is Luci, right? The Luci light string lights. They're solar powered, but really I just plug it in. But the first one I got, they're like $50 for those silly like string of lights, and they're really great, which is why I bought another one, because it's super bright and it has different like options. Anyways, the first time I had gotten one, I had put it underneath because there were a lot of mice. So I put it underneath my van so that they wouldn't like crawl all around it, and they chewed it. They chewed the wires. And so I was really sad about it because I really loved this thing, but it's so expensive. I didn't want to have to buy another one. I was so mad. Like, you dang mice eating my Luci light. Like, now I know if I'm gonna put something like underneath my van, like it's gonna be the cheap solar lights. Like, I'm not gonna use these like super nice ones. Oh, he's a misfit. I love misfits. Yeah, Joey's a misfit. You can put the wires through your hatchback. I don't know. Maybe. I built an O'Reilly's in Eugene also. Shiny nickel blades. You're just building O'Reilly's everywhere. That's really cool though. So do you work for O'Reilly's, or do you work for like a contracting company that just happens to work with O'Reilly's? I was born in Burley, Idaho, and I'd love to go and check out the area I was born. I love your channel. New FDA regulations going into effect December 29th, 2023 may have caused Thought Cloud to close. So that's not yet though, right? Like, December is still a couple months away, and they closed down months ago. Yeah, I just had to like just delete everything from my channel because they just stopped responding to all of the like the people that worked for them. Like, at least tell us, you know what I mean? Like, hey, we're not doing too well right now. I can't pay you guys. Like, hey, I don't have the product to ship to people. Stop having your people make orders. But they didn't say anything to us. And I'm not one to like talk shit about companies like that. So I never really I just deleted it. Just stopped mentioning it. I used to work for O'Reilly. I traveled somewhere new every week. That's really cool. You just like go around, like get to travel and like build O'Reilly's. You can get your flexible solar panel installed for free at WRTR RTR. People donate and volunteer to help other nomads. Yeah, I know. And they also have that van build festival thing, like the little thing, and it's in Quartzsite. I think it's called the van build or something. But you can like go there and like have them do a lot of things. I've actually thought I get comments on this all the time about how messy that it looks in here, and I get it. And I get it because like this shelving unit is like an open shelving unit. So like literally all of my stuff, this is all of my cooking, all of my dishes, all of my food, like all of it's just kind of stacked up here. And it looks messy because it's just like an open shelving unit. But I mean, even if I was like, if I had closed this up, right? Let's say that I get somebody at Van Build to like help me build another shelving unit. Like, it's just going to make it more difficult to access these things. Even if it would look like neater, it would make it harder to access because it's such a small little area. Like, I feel like this is just perfect. I think I'm rambling about that at this point. Dave, I'm probably not going to do camp hosting again unless if I really need to get a new job. Chase asked, do you recommend a certain size Jackery for car life? I just need to basically charge my phone, laptop, and maybe a little stove. Um, so the little stove is actually going to be harder. I don't like harder is not the right word. The little stove is going to draw way more power than any of the other things that you mentioned. And so if you're going to use something that's going to like have to draw heat, you're going to need a bigger size battery, especially if you're going to use it as like your main stove. Like if you're going to use it every single day to boil water, for coffee, you're going to cook with it for every single meal, I would get a larger Jackery. To be honest, I wouldn't recommend Jackery. Let's like go with Blue Eddy or Goal Zero or something. And the 1000 for me works perfectly fine. But if I was gonna like use my laptop more, it's another reason why I don't do lives very often. One, I need to use my hotspot, which I don't have that much of, and also I'm using my laptop, which takes a lot of power, and so I don't do lives a lot for that reason. But for like once, a week, for making one video a week, it's totally fine. But honestly, if I was gonna like want to use my laptop more often, I would go with a bigger, especially because I have a fridge now. I want a bigger thing. Christine said stove propane. Yeah, I think he was talking like an induction cooktop, which is why he would have to plug it in. But yeah, I use a butane stove. H. Kondo Propnozov. Duh. I don't. Your van looks lived in. You living in it. Duh. No worries about being messy. Yeah, and people will say it like looks messy, but the thing is like everything's fairly organized. It just looks messy because it's an open space. Like if this was closed off, it wouldn't look messy. But everything is like organized well. I go through like every other day and like organize this thing. Because it's the small space, I lose things so easily. So it happens a lot for me to have to reorganize like entire little areas of my van because I lost something. Evelina, we've talked about this a few times, so I'm sure you just missed it, but I am not keeping that van. No, I'm not moving into it. Good to see you in real time. Thanks, Jan. That girl Lib asked, what's wrong with the Jackery? So the Jackery itself, like the power bank, is totally fine. I've had it for over 2 years now, the bigger one. Before I had a small one, I had a 250 when I first started out. And that's what I used for almost a full year when I first got onto the road, was the 250. And it worked fine because I didn't have a fridge. I was only charging my laptop and my phone with it pretty much. And so I was able to just use the small 250 for that amount of time. And then Jackery reached out to me, sent me the bigger one with the solar panels. And yeah, so now I really love the bigger one. And now that I have a fridge and I'm using these lights because my fairy lights have died so many times that I just use those now, everything takes up a lot more power, which sucks. But so I don't think I'd be able to make it on a 250 anymore, but the 1000 works perfectly fine for me. The new Jackery we had literally died, like stopped working. Don't recommend. Really? Did you get I think he was saying you were going to get the 1500, right, for your Starlink? You guys didn't tell me. I feel so out of the loop. Your van is perfect. Don't worry unless Joey complains. Thanks, Anne. Joey never complains about anything. He is a wonderful little dog. The only thing he complains about is like wanting more food. I have to go. Bye, Beth. Thank you so much for hanging out. Nancy, I'm selling the other vehicle. Yeah. I'm sorry. I've been asked that like 7 times since this live started, but yeah, I'm not, the other van's not going to stick around. Vet Tech Mom, I don't have another recommendation for CBD right now. I'm so sorry. I don't know which one I'm going to be doing next. I don't even know if I'm going to work with another CBD company right now, honestly. I don't know. I really want less of a brand deal and more of a sponsorship. So I don't know yet. Oh. Yeah, I want to get a Blue Eddy. If I was going to go for the next either Goal Zero or Blue Eddy, I feel like Goal Zero is kind of the same as Jackery, where it's like, because it's a name brand that's well known, they charge more. I don't want to say them what they're worth, but like they charge more because of the name. Come here, Joe. Hi, buddy. I want to see you again. Say hi to everyone, Joe. I was like, oh, gosh, you're getting so heavy. Thanks, bud. It's like, let me down. No worries, Nancy. No worries at all. I think the black conversion band would make a good short or video. I can be a focus fundraiser. I'm not really sure what you're talking about, Don. I'm so sorry. Long story about the Jackery. I'll tell you at our next campfire. Good. I can't wait. Are those geese? Yeah. There's some geese. Do I know how hard it would be to add a cigarette lighter to your car? I don't know. I have no idea. A video explaining what happened to the van. I already made one, Dawn. Your videos are so relaxing to watch. Thank you so much, Avelina. I really appreciate it. How about Anchor for power? I'm not sure about Anchor. Wild Child said, thankfully the Blue Eddies work well. They have terrible customer service. That sucks. Jackery's customer service is not great either. Oh my gosh. Hi, Zombie Queen. Glad you could make it. I almost got the 1500 Jackery. I got the Eco instead. I will let you know how it works. Thanks, Nance. Silly flies. It's getting to the point where it's time to like get out of the van and go sit outside. It's getting warm. I'm probably gonna head off here soon. I'm doing well, thank you. How are you? I'm not going to be a camp host again. Maybe if I absolutely need a job. I'm sorry, Joey keeps knocking into this thing. um, I'm probably not going to camp host unless if I really, really need to get another job. But honestly, I might, like, if I was gonna like have to get another job, I would probably be a bartender again. Even though I'm sober now, it just like you make so much money, and it's like way easier money than camp hosting. Chris asked if I ever stayed at the Imperial Dam in their LTVA. So we didn't stay at the LTVA, but we did camp up there, and we were we stayed at Mitchery Lake for a long time, which is really close to there. But we drove up there and like hung out at the beach for a little bit, and we did see the LTVA, and I love that they have showers. And so when we went there 2 years ago, it was a plan that I wanted to go and stay at the LTVA there for a little while. But we didn't end up doing that the next year. Would you get a net for your sliding door? Nancy, I have like a, I don't know if I can find it right now. Oh, here it is. Hold on. It was hidden behind that thing. Okay. Sorry. Hello. So I have this, which was actually just a piece of fabric that I bought from Walmart many, many years ago. I'm talking like 8 or 9 years ago. I bought this fabric for a project that I never did, and I like it because it's like see-through almost. You can kind of like see through it. So it's like a screen kind of material, and so I put this up. If it's like sun is coming directly in, it'll block the sun for me. But this is what I use instead of like actually buying a screen. If you got a new Bluetti, what size would you get? I don't know. I haven't really looked into it because I can't afford it. Like I can't, I don't like to look at things that I can't afford. Like it's hard enough because I'll start looking at Vans and it'll make me genuinely sad. It'll make me genuinely sad because I can't afford it. I can't afford a new battery. I can't afford anything new right now. Everyone always tells me in all my videos, like, go buy this and go buy that, go do this. And it's like, I don't have the money. Sorry. Like, it'd be so much easier if you just got a brand new solar system. Like, well, yeah, it would, but I can't afford it. It looks like it's getting hot there. It is getting warmer. It is, let's look. I think it's like 60 degrees, 65. It's getting warm. Yeah, it's like 60 degrees. I have a Jackery, no troubles, but the new Bluetti with the add-on batteries looks great. I wish they would send you one. Me too. So the thing is like Bluetti has actually reached out to me. And Bouge RV actually said that they would send me a battery as well. But the problem is not the battery. I don't have an issue with the battery. I have an issue with the solar panels, and they don't want to send me the solar panels with the battery. And so it's like, oh, you're going to send me this $2,000 battery that I'm not going to be able to charge. So, I mean, like I've actually like messaged them back and been like, I would do the video for you if I could get the solar panels to charge it, but they don't want to include the solar panels. So I have sheer curtains to keep flies out, even though I have bug screens that haven't installed. Yeah. And it's funny because I don't even use, like, I have it, and I should have put it up this morning before the flies came, but it's okay. Oh my gosh. Anna Marie said, so for the flies, use Avon Skin So Soft. I used to brush the horses and keeps the flies away. It's so funny because I used to love that when I was a kid. My mom always had the Skin So Soft from Avon. It reminds me of my mom. Get a job so you can make the money to afford it. Okay, D. Yeah, I'll get right on that. Like, okay. Cool. When you request the solar panels or a discount, do they ignore your suggestion? Sometimes. I think it was Bouge RV when I asked them for the solar panels. They just didn't respond. D, I'm working right now. Like, I'm literally working right now. Hee, get a job. I'm just gonna get a job. Like, I understand that people are like, oh, just go get another job. This is my job. I've worked hard, really freaking hard for many years so that this could be my job. Like, why would I go get a new job? I do have other ventures that I am working on right now, but I'm not going to go and get a job when I have my dream job right now. Why would I do that, D? Like, literally, why would I do that? When I have a job. It's like, it's so funny because I feel like maybe you're and I don't want to sound rude when I say that this, maybe you're an older part of the older crowd who believes like, oh, if you have a full-time job and you can't afford to live, then it's your fault and you just need to go get another job. Why don't you just have like 6 jobs so that you can pay for rent? And it's not like, I'm not saying that to be mean, but that is a very common thing that people of the older generations will say, like, well, when I was your age, I could afford to buy a house. Well, yeah. things things were a lot different. Like, now I work a full-time job, I get full-time wages, but I still wouldn't be able to afford an apartment on my own. And like, yeah, I would love to be able to make more money. So would everybody. Not everybody can get like 6 jobs. There's not enough time in the day. So you can afford to buy things. You're talking about not being able to buy things you need. I think that is a very common thing in all over the world. I want to say America, but all over the world. Like, yeah, I can't afford to buy a brand new solar system. I feel like most people in this chat right now would not be able to go out and buy a new solar system, right? Like, yeah, I would love to buy a new $150,000 van. I just going and getting a job at Wendy's is not going to make that a possibility. I can afford to eat. I can afford my gas. I can afford my insurance. I can afford all my bills. Just because I can't afford to like buy a $3,000 solar system, like, I mean, that's just that's just fucking reality. Oh, I'm so sorry. Dee Dee, you are officially leaving. I'm done. Hide user on this channel. Goodbye. Oh, good boy. Don't worry, guys. She's been booted. Some people will never understand, and that's okay. It's really okay. Am I losing service? I admire what you're doing. Live so simply. You can do what you want. Thank you, Eliza. It looks like I might be losing service. Am I breaking up? I can't afford to buy that either. Yeah, people at Wendy's can't buy a $150,000 van. And I think it's funny because she said I was e-begging. It's like, how could you e-beg for something that costs as much as a house? Okay. Sorry. Not just anyone can do what you do. I'd love to have the know how to do it. You're great continuing living your best life. Thank you, Sandy. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your true honesty. I'm part of your older crowd, but I would love to travel with you. Thank you, Nancy. I really appreciate you. Houses aren't $2 anymore. I know. I appreciate your job in this capacity. You have the talent for it. I'm as old as your mom. My daughter, who's your age, has been working for years as a public school high school teacher. Can't afford home either. Misty, I know, it's insane. Especially, oh my gosh, don't even get me started on the education system that we have going on. Like, there is no reason why somebody who throws a football should make more than somebody who teaches our kids. Like, I don't understand it. America. The worst thing with these boomers is having to justify your existence. I know, it's okay. And it's not like the I don't want to say it's like older people. It's just like some people like truly believe that the younger generation just doesn't want to work. And I don't want to get too much like hung up on that because I know people who have like 3 jobs and still have to have roommates. Like, there's no reason why you should have 3 jobs and not be able to live on your own. Like, there's no reason. I have 2 jobs to cover my bills in California. This economy is terrible. Yeah. And also, like, as a single human, you okay, bud? It's just harder in general. Like, I don't want to live with roommates at 34. You know what I mean? I don't want to. Like, I want to be able to live on my own and just, you know, enjoy the life that we have, right? Erica, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm sorry, I'm going through so slow through these comments. Thank you. Here's a dose of reality. I make $19 an hour and my rent is $14.50 a month. I get $900 in child support, which will end very soon. Plus, I have a bunch of bills on it. On top of that, I can't afford my bills. It's sad. You're at $19 an hour. And you know what? It's funny because it's not funny. We've been fighting for $15 an hour for so long that $15 an hour is no longer affordable. It's depressing. Oh, good, you're still on. What have I missed? Not much, Tim. Not much. You do you. You're awesome. Thank you, Anna Marie. Lee said, actually have a very hard job. Not everybody could do it. Thank you. I love what I do. And like, yeah, I might not be rich off of it, but I don't care about that. I care about being happy and like doing what I love. I feel very lucky that I am blessed enough to be able to do it. I'm not going to go and get a shitty job to make like a couple extra $100 over 2 weeks. Thank you, Deb. Erica, did I miss yours too? I'm so sorry if I'm missing these super chats, but thank you guys so much. You guys are so wonderful. No one wants to work. I have a 21-year-old at home and an 18-year-old at home, and I'm scared for them because I don't know how they're ever going to afford their own place. I know. I don't want kids for that reason. Can you imagine how it is right now, how it's going to be in another 20 years? Something's going to have to happen here. Life is the most important thing. Friends and family and living life, right? Yeah, and $15 isn't enough now. We need to be fighting for $25 an hour now. Especially because even things like groceries have literally doubled. My groceries have doubled. I bought the same exact things every single week, doubled. Yeah, let me just go get a job. It reminds me of Always Sunny with Charlie. Let me just go get a job. Darren, thank you so much for the super chat. You're so sweet. Love your channel. Thank you so much. Bye, Nancy. Thank you for coming and chatting. I think they want everyone to move back in with their parents. Probably. I think about that because I lived with my mom until I was 26. So I was also, in that crowd that lived with their parents for a long time. I think it's Italy, where it's really common for people up until 30 to live with their parents until they get married. So we're just going to become Italians and just live with our mama. I have a 27 and 26-year-olds that are both married with children and they struggle too. Yeah. I feel like everybody is struggling right now. Everybody. Everyone is literally a paycheck away from living in their van like me. Don said, I feel like kids aren't as expensive as my pets. Kids are insanely expensive. If the world keeps going the way it is, we may not be here in another 20 years. This is so nihilistic, but I love it because it's so true. I'm in North Carolina. Minimum wage is $7.25 still. That's insane. Oh my God. I mean, obviously the price of living is a little bit different in North Carolina, but still $7.25 is not enough to it's just not enough. And what's crazy is that $7.25 number has been the minimum wage, federal minimum wage, since when I was in high school. 20 years. It's so crazy. Oh. I love the idea of everyone building small homes on their family land. Yeah, so Dawn, it's really crazy because the government sets this up in a weird way, right? So if you buy a plot of land, you can only put one dwelling, one living, I think it's just called a dwelling, somewhere you actually live. You can only do one per so many acres or something. It's crazy. I mean, they would have to really be on it and come visit your land wherever it is and be hey, why do you have 2 tiny homes within this amount of acreage? But yeah, a lot of places have weird stipulations like that, so you can't do that because I thought about it, how cool it would be if you could like buy a piece of land and then just buy a bunch of tiny homes for like your friends and your family, and you guys just all share this one piece of land that you bought for like $5,000. Like, that would be so affordable, but you can't do that because it's illegal. So crazy, right? Like, they just make all these rules to make it harder for us to live, I'm sure. That's a bag of ice. I'm not sure what that means. Children born now, I wonder what kind of their life will be in their future. Yeah, it's scary. Is living in your cute little van less expensive than in an apartment? Yes. Yes. It is so much cheaper. I don't have rent. So just imagine, let's say, okay, average rent is like $1,500, okay? I'm saving that amount of money. Like, that's how much money I don't have to pay every month. It's called put them underground. Yeah, Scotty. We'll just put them underneath and they won't know it's there. Just hide all of your family underground. And it's really sad that like that is what we would have to come to. Oh. Trippin'. My rent is $475 a month. Where do you live? Oh, $725 is a bag of ice in California. Yeah. That's so crazy. Also, where was I in California? Near the redwoods. Okay, which is all trees. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the redwoods, but it's a bunch of trees, and they were selling it's in California, by the way. They were selling one bundle of wood, normal like bundle of wood. Okay, comes with like 6 pieces of wood in it for $17. Like, I'm literally like surrounded by wood right now, and you're trying to sell me wood for $17? Freaking California. Trippin said, Wisconsin. Where in Wisconsin do you live? And do you have roommates? $17 luxury wood. I know, it wasn't even, what was it called? The alligator juniper. It was more expensive than the alligator juniper. Here you go, buddy. Like that $17 bean burrito. Yes, Dawn. So I can explain that. I'm reconnecting. I don't know what that meant. Okay, so the burrito. Let's talk about it. It was a $13 veggie burrito. Okay. And so I got it. No pico, no guac. What else are they? No cheese. So it was like beans and cheese and then guac and all that stuff, right? And so then I added rice because I want beans, rice, and lettuce. So I added rice and I added lettuce and got the rest of the stuff taken off. The rice was an extra $3 and the lettuce was an extra $1. So it made it $17 for beans, rice, and lettuce on a burrito. Insanity. I would never spend that much. I don't think I've spent more than $10 on a burrito before. The thing is, rent is cheap. You usually have no work close to you or really low wages. Yeah. Yep. So I was in Mackay, Idaho. Okay. And I was thinking about this because you can buy really cheap land there. and it's a very beautiful area. But it is, she told me 80, she had to drive 80 miles. She's a farmer. And it was like 80 miles to the nearest like farming equipment store. Can you imagine, like, if that was your job and you had to drive 80 miles to go get supplies for your job? Yeah. And then they have like what, a coffee shop. They had like an auto place. What else did they have there? Like a restaurant. So like if you were a teenager there and you needed to get a job, like you only have two options for the gas station. And what? So that's like 3 teenagers. Now the rest of all the people who are younger have nowhere to work. Like, I mean, you know. No credit for the ingredients you didn't use. That's what I said. Like, can't you like substitute, like instead of guacamole, do rice? Or like instead of pico, lettuce? But no. And even then, it would still be a $13 burrito. I was like not excited about it. Rate the Impossible Burger. I like it. I give it a fresh 8 out of 10. Hell to the no, I would drive that far. Exactly. Like, so yeah, you could I could probably find somewhere with really cheap rent. But I mean, I'm not going to be able to find my Wendy's job there. Did you go through Arco? I did. I did go through Arco. The only thing that I showed when I was going through that was the gas station that I was at. Dee right. Oh, there is another Dee. How much do you spend on gas a month moving around weekly? So I maybe spend like $40 a week. Maybe. Like 30 or $40 a week. I have 5 daughters and 28 grandchildren. Anna Marie, 28 grandchildren? That is amazing. I'm so worried about the future prices of everything. My 34-year-old lives with me and her 2 daughters. She works 2 jobs, always struggling. Yeah. I feel like that's like a very, very common story of America, the land of the free. I did just boot a DD, but I think that's a different one. But there would be no crazy neighbors. You're right. There would be no neighbors. For miles, probably. You are approved for a burrito. Thanks, Scotty. Hi, Alice. Dee Dee, I just answered that question. I'm sorry. Like, I wasn't quick enough on it. I don't understand. Are you the same Dee Dee that was just giving me problems? Because I don't want not another Dee Dee. Thanks, Sarah. It was cool when you were out in Pahrump because I used to live there for about 4 years. I moved to Colorado in 2013. I kind of wish I hadn't. Really? I feel like I would choose Colorado. I mean, depending on where you are in Colorado, over Pahrump. Especially in the summer. I mean, it was like March and it was like getting to 100 degrees. Ugh. Bye, wild child. Tracy! Oh my god. Thank you so much. Oh my god, I'm gonna start crying. Tracy, thank you. Gotta head out. Take care, lovely lady. Bye, Audra. Thank you so much for coming and chatting. You should have gone to Craters of the Moon. It is wild. I saw the sign and I thought, like, wow, that sounds really cool. Maybe next time, because I feel like next year I want to go through more of Idaho. It's crazy because I've only had a few weeks, but I feel like I missed so much of it. Like, I feel like I did not get to see all that I wanted to see here. I feel like that everywhere I go, though. So, you and Joey are literally the best part of my Sundays. I love you guys, your journey and your adventures. You live life on your terms and it's beautiful. Thank you for taking us along and stay safe. Thank you so much, Tracy. Okay. Oh boy. Dee Dee, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to skip over. I answered your question. I didn't skip over it. I'd like you to go to St. Helens Hemp, made in St. Helens, Oregon. Organic certified. I've been following you since the beginning. I'm a big fan of what you do. Keep on keeping on. St. Helens Hemp, is that a CBD company? Do they make CBD? What is that, Lynn? You got to tell me. Why are you all up in her business about getting a job? Thank you, Evelina. I appreciate it. I hope you do more lives. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. The problem that I have is that it's hard for me to it's hard for me to ignore things when I'm live. I can't hide things with my face. And so I don't know where I'm going with this. Said focus. I am trying. I am trying. Joy seems like a beach baby who really likes the water. He does. He does. I want to visit Vancouver Island in British Columbia. Me too. Ever since I started watching Chrome, I've been wanting to go to Vancouver Island. You are a wonderful woman. Thank you so much. I'd be blocking people crazy. Yeah, so the first Dee Dee is the first person that I've ever had to mute from my lives. Congratulations, first Dee Dee. But, yeah, usually I just ignore people. Oh yeah, Wreck, you can hear you can hear the flies. I know, I'm sorry. Is there a fly buzzing around? Yeah, there's flies because I'm right next to a lake and it's October. But honestly, I've been on here for 2 hours. Stranger danger. New new channel rule. No DDs allowed. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Dee Dee was nice. The second Dee Dee was nice. I know she was just curious. I'm kidding. Dee Dee, no, don't worry. I'm just joking, Dee Dee. We had another Dee Dee before you came on who was kind of giving me a hard time. And now it's just a running joke, but you're totally great. No worries. I don't see how people pay $1,500 a month for rent. You can buy a house for that much money. I'm glad I bought a home years ago for $425 a month. Yeah. I wish you could still get a house for that. And it's crazy because you can get a house that has a cheaper mortgage than what you would pay in rent, right? I mean, that's where we're kind of having that, like, there's a disconnect there. Like, but the problem is not being able to buy the house. Like, yeah, I would be able to afford an $800 mortgage easier than a $1,500 rent, but I cannot buy the house in the first place, right? I think a lot of people in my age group can relate to that. Did you see the news that a couple got killed by a bear in Banff? No, I did not see that, but it's pretty sad. Like, it's my phone is dying. Hold on. There's been a few bear attacks recently. Actually, that's really sad. But 'tis the season, I guess, you know. Sorry. Tea. Oh my god. Thank you so much. Oh my god, I don't know how to handle the super chats. Thank you so much. I think I lost it. Cancel. Joey, come here. Come here, baby. Oh gosh. Oh, sorry, he was down by his water bowl, guys. They want to say hi, Joey. He's like, what are you doing to me? What are you doing? I know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oof. Oof. There we go. Oh, buddy. He's so pissed. I know. He was like, I was so comfortable down there by my water bowl. Oh, gosh. I'm sorry, but can I scooch over just a little bit? You're not sitting on my laptop. Thanks, bud. Excuse me. Okay, I'm sorry if I missed your comments because I was grabbing Joey. Carry bear spray. I was chased by one once. Yes, if I'm in bear country, I'll carry bear spray. Can you imagine what the government's credit score would be with the size of what they owe? You have to put 20% down to buy a house in order to avoid PMI. That's why most people can't afford. Yeah. That's like the main issue, right? Because you can't. I mean, let's say averagely, like, unless if you're gonna be in Boo-Foo, Wisconsin, like Scotty, I think that's who it was. I mean, you can't get a house for less than like $300,000-$400,000 right now, and that's for like a cheap house. Like, that's not like, I remember when I was a kid, my parents bought their first like house on their own. Like, it wasn't their first house, but they bought a house for like, it was $107,000. It was a 3-bedroom ranch house that had a full basement, a backyard, like for $100,000. There's no way you could get that now. There's no way. And they had 2 incomes, you know, like. Sorry, Joey, but we love you. They love you, Joe. Memory care facilities are outrageously expensive. Yeah, Dawn, I saw that this couple, it was cheaper for them to go on a cruise for 52 weeks, or I think they did 51. It was cheaper for them to be on a cruise for 51 weeks out of the year, for almost, that's like an entire year, than it was to live in assisted living in a retirement home. And so they literally just live on a cruise because it's cheaper. Is that insane? I mean, that's all inclusive. You get all of your meals, you have your own room, like you have like fun activities to do. Like if you're in a retirement home, they're not going to have a water park. You know, they're not going to they're not going to have live shows every night. Scotty is from the sea. Scotty, wasn't it you that said you lived in Wisconsin? Or was that somebody else? And I'm like mixing people up. Oh my God, the cruise people. I remember that story. Yeah. Like that's insane that they can, it's cheaper to be on a cruise every week out of the year than it is to be in a retirement home. Oh, it was tripping. That's right. I'm sorry. I got you guys confused. Sorry, Scotty. Sorry, guys. I love the cruise story. Me too. But it's kind of sad. Like it's cute, like because they are just living their best life on a cruise, but it's really sad. Like my generation, like retirement is a thing of the past. Yes, Robin, I'm heading to Arizona. I'll be there for the winter. I have other places I'm like super excited to go back to Southern California area, like Bombay Beach, Joshua Tree, like that area. I'm really excited to go back there. Yeah, sad at what people have to do. Exactly. Like they can't even just retire anymore. It's like, oh, I can't afford to be in a retirement home. Let's be on a cruise every week. And like, yeah, that sounds fun for like the first few weeks, but can you imagine you're just like always on water? Like if you decide like, oh, I want to go to Walmart today, you can't. Like you just can't. Like that's just nope. Stuck in the ocean. Do you think you would do a get together when you're in Quartzsite? Maybe. I thought about it last year and then never got around to it. It's not really her home either. Yeah. Yeah, you're living out of suitcases at that point, right? And like if your cruises are like a week long, like you unpack, you're there for a week and then you have to pack all of your stuff back up. I mean, to me that doesn't sound like a very fun life, but Scotty said I reside in my vehicle. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I got you guys mixed up here. How do things cost so much when we make so little? And then they don't want people to live in their automobiles. Something is wrong with how things are going. Yes. Yes, they are. Things are very, very wrong. It's very... Like, I think that I've gotten lucky where I haven't had too many issues staying in my vehicle places. But I know people who, you know, like they work full time and they live in the area that they're working in their vehicles, and they'll get things like parking tickets. And, you know, California has that thing where you're not supposed to sleep in your car. I think it's the Denver metropolitan area. It's illegal to sleep in your car. Like, you'll get ticketed for sleeping in your car. Like, it's just making it like illegal to be homeless, which is very American. Ugh. What month are they allowed to start gathering in quartzite for the gathering? I mean, you can go there right now, Dee Dee, if you want to. It's just going to be hot. And not many people will probably be there. But, what time did we get there, Sarah? I think it was like almost January by the time we got to quartzite. And there was people there. Everybody was there. It was like end of December, I think. I can't even remember like what it was. I could officially retire age-wise, but not money-wise. Not where I thought it would be at this point in my life. Robin, I'm so sorry. And I feel like so many people are in the same boat. And, you know, they promised you guys back in, you know, the 60s and 70s, like, get this good job and you're going to get a retirement. And, oh, women can work now. So now you guys can get jobs too. And you can also get a retirement. But now it's like, no, you're not. It's not allowed. I'd love if you did a get together in Q. The first time I went out in my van, I followed your footsteps all the way up to the coast of Washington. And that's so cool. Yeah, I think that's right. Late December. Yeah, I think that's when we got there. Because we were in Baus for Christmas. I'm heading down November 4th from Ohio. Hey. Yeah, I'll probably be around Christmas time. I'll probably be in that area. Don't feel sad. I will make it. Promise you. Have thoughts. I never see you driving on the highway. Do you go all back roads? I went back roads from Georgia to Rhode Island. It was beautiful. A little nervous from that bridge underground part. So Debbie, I just go with whatever Nancy, that's my GPS. Wherever she tells me to go, I go. And so I do. I'm on highways sometimes. Sometimes she makes me go on back roads. Sometimes she takes me on roads that you're not supposed to actually be on. She tried to make me go left on like a walking path, and I almost did it. And I was super embarrassed because people were like watching me. They're like, why are you trying to turn down this walkway? And I was like, Nancy, why would you do this to me? My parents are 77 and both still work. They don't have to survive. Who wants to just live to pay bills and eat? Exactly, Carla. Has anyone thought of becoming an Amazon seller for extra money? Everyone shops online these days. So I technically am an Amazon associate. So any of the links that you guys see in my description box are Amazon links. And if you don't buy the item that you click on, anything that you purchase from Amazon, I think it's within the next 24 hours, I would get some sort of kickback from that. But I'm not an Amazon seller per se. However, I have been working on, I don't even want to say I've been working on it, but the thought of working on books. I'm working on some book action. Journals, coloring books, whatnot. How could I forget our awesome Christmas gathering? We had so much fun. It was like 1 out of 2 times that I wore makeup the entire year. It was for our Christmas gathering. I'm an author and write on the road. That's awesome, Anne. Do you use the KDP thing through Amazon to self-publish, or do you like work with a publisher? I guess we do what we have to do, but I would love to have more courage to think outside of the box and go on some adventures. You do inspire me. Thank you, Robin. Yep, self-published. That's really cool. Yeah, so I was gonna do like the KDP, the Kindle publishing thing where you can self-publish your books. I think it's a really good idea, and I love that it's like you don't there's no overhead, right? All it takes is your time. And I love when money things are like that, where it's like I don't need to put money into it. All I need to put into it is time and effort. Because a lot of things these days, like in order to make money, you need to spend money. And so I'm trying to find any kind of passive income that doesn't require me to like put money into it first. And so that's why like journals, books, I was going to do calendars. It's kind of like all kind of working on that right now. You do need to market, but you have a great platform here. Thank you. Yeah. Marketing. I mean, that would probably be like, if you're going to spend money on it, it would be on advertising and marketing. I mean, at this point, my feet are looking pretty cute. I'm kidding. Totally fucking kidding. But I've looked into it. I'm not going to lie. Are you a millionaire? Aaron, no. I wish. You should look into self-publishing your writing and artwork. Yeah, Robin, that's what I through KDPs through Amazon, and you can self-publish books through there. And so I was really looking into it. I'm probably gonna do calendars too. Destinyland. I've actually looked into that. Me too. Me too. Advertising, cover editing, marketing, and any subscriptions you might have for writing purposes. It can get expensive, especially if you don't get your money back. I feel like besides like advertising and marketing, I feel like those are the only 2 things that I would have to spend money on. Because I could do the cover, the editing, all by my own. Dee Dee. Selling feet pics are fun. I help a male friend sell his and a girlfriend of his sell theirs full time. It pays well. I've genuinely thought about it. I genuinely have. Like, if my face doesn't need to be on there, right? Like, no one's gonna know it's me. Did you see the legally blind guy who wrote a kid's book? It went viral on TikTok and he sold out. I did. Actually, that was so cute. And his wife was like helping him, right? I think that was like sell your photographs. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Photographs. That was adorable. Wheezy Weeks. Hello. I might, Dee Dee. I might. You're real tempting me right now. Okay, so you know those TikTok videos of the people who are like, okay, what's your job? How much money do you make? I'm always blown away by the girls who are like, oh yeah, I sell my feet pics. I don't even show my face and I make 6 figures. Like, are you freaking serious? Like, what? Jesus. Husband, it's Paul and Matthew. Oh, then it must have been a different person I saw because it was his wife. It was like, he loves illustrating. He's blind, but she made this TikTok for him. How old is Joey? Joey is almost 11. What do you use to stay warm and toasty in your van? Honestly, if it's above like freezing, so if it's above like 30 degrees, oh my god, the chat is getting out of control. If it's above 30 degrees, it stays really warm in the van. And I think it's just because of the body heat, and so I have a dog and I have covers. Oh my god, that's so funny. But it stays pretty warm otherwise. I actually have a harder time staying cool than I do staying warm. Oh man. You have plenty of subscribers to help grassroots market your books and jewelry. Thank you, Dawn. I know. So I was thinking of like another like craft project that I could do that would be easy to do in a minivan. Because I really love what is it called? I want to say acrylic. It's not acrylic. Resin, like resin art. I was like super interested in doing that for a while, but that's not something you can do in the van. I bought stuff. Everything is more expensive now. So I bought like little like pony beads, and like these are like the cheap plastic beads that you get for kids, and it was like $80 altogether for the ingredients, supplies needed to make bracelets. And so that just like blew my mind. Like, how am I spending $80 on like crappy stuff? You know, those aren't like good things that I would like sell to people. Is there only feet site that rivals OnlyFans? I don't know. I have not gone that deep into it yet. I'd really just like watched a couple videos on YouTube of like people who are like, yeah, like I could totally do it. You could totally do it. And I'm like, I could totally do this. Does he ever bark? Ever? Yeah. Joey barks. Joey is a barker, that's for sure. Wait, what? The lowest amount Darlene gets for putting her feet in Jello, she gets $50? If she shows getting her washing her feet in the shower, she gets $100? I'm in the wrong business. Oh my god. When you eat fruit like strawberry and bananas, do custom request? Really? Man, Dee Dee, maybe you need to like message me and help me like get this set up so I can do this. An engraving laser. Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna work with Temu. They've reached out to me like 25 times. There's a lot of conspiracy shit going on with Temu right now, and them not being very good company, which is not surprising. It's kind of like Wish, right? Where it's, you're probably not, that's probably not like made well, and the labor laws probably are not well. Anyways, you know, currently looking up wiki feet for any YouTubers I watch. I know. And then if I was to start it, do I promote that on my YouTube channel? I don't know. This is like, there was a lot of questioning happening, which is why I never got around to it. Temu is basically spyware for your phone. Yeah, I probably won't be working with them, but they reached out to me so many times. Like, here, let me give you $500 in free products and you just make us a video for it. And I'm like, engraving dog chains, cups. It's portable. That is a really cute idea. Maybe I'll do that. Oh my gosh. I love that this is where our conversation went to, guys. It's funny. This is funny. Maybe you could set up a site for Joey's paws. Only paws. Aww. Joey, you're gonna be on Only Paws. We're all broke. Yeah. I feel like at least like 6 of us right now are all like, I could sell my feet pics. Oh boy. I mean, if my face isn't being shown, I don't care, really. That would be awesome. I'm looking at feet different right now. Yeah. Like I'm telling you, like, if I can make 6 figures just by looking at my tootsies, hey. There'll always be money in kinks because individuals are taught shame and feel guilt about having desires. That's true. Are you seeing dollar signs like me? Yes, Destiny, I sure am. Foot stomping is huge. I don't really know what that means. You just like stomp your feet on the ground? Or do I like stomp my feet on a tomato or something? Yeah. Yeah, what is foot, like, I'm thinking of like, I don't know. I don't want to say it. I don't know. Kinky dollar signs. Showing feet from a third world country seems like a plan. Stomping grapes. So yeah, it is like stomping on stuff, right? Like squishy things. I don't know. Like stomp on tomatoes and grapes or something. I'm not really sure what stomping is. She rides 2 wheels. How many feet pics would you need to do before you can buy that expensive van? Well, let's say that it's, somebody said you can make up to like $200 for customs, right? So let's say we're gonna like bump it down to $150. You would only need 1,000 people to pay $150. Am I doing that math right? We could totally do it. stomping nuts? Are you talking about the food? How about selling plasma that's good for a couple hundred? Yeah, I mean, selling plasma is cool. Actually, you know, it's really awesome because it's very helpful when you do that, but I feel like there's like different, what am I thinking? Like, I can't just walk into somebody and be like, I'm gonna donate plasma. Like, there's more to it. Like, you have to do things. My grandma does it still, and they told her like that she shouldn't donate anymore. She almost passed out last time. But you have to like sign up, and a lot of places you have to like live in that area, and you have to have an ID with like the state. Like, there's like a lot more to it. Hey, love seeing you live. I have the same van as you, same color and everything. I love your old build videos. Gave me a ton of ideas. Love you and Joey so much. Thank you so much, Sarah. Selling your plasma is hard on your body. That's what I hear. I've given blood before, but I've never donated plasma. Wow, you guys, I can't believe I've been on here for almost 3 hours. 3 hours? That's so insane. Here you go. Find a beautiful river you can wash your feet in, have a glass of wine next to them, play relaxing music. Easily $200 or higher. Thank you, Tracy. Yeah, keep giving me these ideas, guys. Hey, Chantal, Ontario, Canada, represented here. Was wondering if you've ever heard of Critter Ritter animal repellent. You can spray it around your vehicle. I have not heard of that, but I bet at places where there was like a lot of little critters running around, I would be able to use that. It'd be good. Yeah, I could puke just about thinking about it. Yeah. Sell your eggs? I have an extra kidney I would be willing to part with for the right price. Oh man, sell my eggs. So you guys know I'm 34, right? So I'm very limited on how many of those I got left. This is so fun, Sarah said. Yeah. Have you ever had any run-ins with wildlife? Yeah. I've seen a few bears. Seen tons of coyotes, tons of birds. You're 34? I thought late 20s. Yeah, I know. Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, next year I'm going to be officially mid-30s, which is so crazy to think about. I got 47-year-old eggs. Thank you, Scotty. That was sweet. Whenever I'm in the desert, I always worry about snakes. You know, I did too before I went there in the winter and realized that they're not out in the winter. Like, all those critters that everybody hates about the desert are not out and about in the winter. It's like too cold for them to be outside chilling. And so I have only seen like one tarantula, and that was in Mesa Verde in Colorado. But everyone was really like worried about me seeing scorpions and seeing tarantulas when I was in the desert, and I have yet to see a scorpion. Sarah, didn't you guys see a scorpion, or was that Carolyn? I almost said Caroline. I don't know why, but I'm pretty sure Carolyn saw it, and it was like this. It was like a gross. Scorpion. What age is it when our eggs become only good for decorational purposes? I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm almost there, though. I mean, we could have heard, like, how old is, wow, guys, I'm losing my train of thought. Nicki Minaj, I feel like, is almost 40. She just had a baby. I mean, it is possible. She's in her 30s at least, like 30, late 30s. I don't plan on having children, though. I feel like if that was a goal of mine, I would have had to start working on that a long time ago. Time flies when you're having fun. Thanks, Shanna. You can have babies into your 40s. I mean, yeah, but you just, like, your chances are a lot slimmer, and your the chances of something going wrong go dramatically up. But yeah, I mean, you could. I live in Vegas, always getting scorpions in my garage. Ew. Before I went to the desert for the first time, I watched this video of, like, how to catch them and kill them, just so I was prepared. And it's cool because they are like a luminescent, or is that the word, where they're UV reactive? So you get a UV light and you go out in the dark, and then you just use tongs and put them in a bucket, just in case anybody ever wants to go catch scorpions. That's how you do it. Thanks, Scotty. Serena Williams just had a baby. I think I did see that, and she's 42. And yeah, perfect example of a woman who, like, put her career first and then decided to go and start her life, and I love that. I love that. I feel like as women, we're, like, expected to, like, be mothers, and I'm just here to, like, that's not me. People can always adopt or go to the surrogate route if time and health gets past you. That's very true. So I thought of, like, if I'm, like, retirement age and, like, oh man, I should have had kids. So if you guys have ever seen, I think it's called Four Brothers, the movie, where the old lady, like, she basically adopted the kids that wouldn't have gotten adopted so that they would have a family to come home to for, like, holidays and stuff, because they weren't adopted, and then she adopted them, like, later on in their teenage years. And I always thought, like, that would be cute, you know, like, the kids that, you know, they're about to, like, transition out of being in homes, like, to be adopted, and they, like, once they're past 18, you can't adopt them, they're adults. And so, like, then they just have no one for the rest of their life. It's so fucking sad. You'd make a wonderful mom. You're patient with Joey. Life is nomadic. Homeschooling seems better than a brick and mortar. Yeah, I guess. What's for dinner tonight? I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna put these two things together. The Bombay potatoes. They should make that free to adopt children. I mean, yes and no. I mean, yes, but they would have to have, like, a very, very strict, like, a very strict set of guidelines. I mean, they already do. They already have, like, very strict guidelines of, like, being able to get children, right? Because you can't just, like, go and, like, get a kid anytime you want, right? You have to like go through like a very long process. But I think it would scare me, like if it was free to adopt kids, like just anybody. Like if you are somebody who's poor and you just want kids, like I'm not saying like poor people can't have kids. I'm just saying that it's very expensive to have a child. I don't know. I have parents, but they were never there for me. So it's like I didn't have parents. I had my grandma until she died. That's really sad. Would you ever want to build a school bus to live in? Yeah, I've thought about getting a schoolie. I've looked at some schoolies to buy. To be honest, the people that I know that live in schoolies are constantly having to work on it. They should still do all the background stuff. Yeah. But it became thousands of dollars. Yeah. It's crazy. It is crazy. You know, and there's what, like 500,000 kids in the system right now. I mean, it's insane. And there are people who like genuinely want to adopt but can't. Also, I feel like if you're a single woman and you want to adopt a child and you don't want to wait until you find a man to have a kid because maybe you are already in your 40s, maybe you are ready to like settle down and you just haven't found your person, like I don't think they should, like, because they won't let a single woman adopt, and I think that's really super shitty. Especially if you know you can take care of it. The kid, like if you can take care of a child and you want to, there are so many children that need homes right now. Like let them adopt it. They can take care of it. What do they have to do to the schoolies? What kind of work? Just like engine work. Like they're the people that I know that live in schoolies are constantly having to fix it up because a lot of schoolies that are you see that people live in are like from like 1995. My boss is gay and he's gotten denied adoption. It's bullshit. He's rich, smart, and incredibly loving. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like messed up. Like for the people who can adopt kids and they want to and can afford it, just freaking let them. Like, I don't know. It's so shitty right now. There's so many kids that need homes. It's so sad. All right, you guys. I cannot believe it's been 3 hours already. I think I'm gonna leave. But I really appreciate everybody who's come and hung out with me. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. All right, I'm gonna go. But thank you guys so much for coming hanging out. Okay, I'll see you guys next week.